Welcome to week 2 of PWC Season 13. Okay, so, I was traveling last week, but we should be back to normal, and the videos will be... I didn't like how I edited the other one, because it was on my iPad, and anyways, we're back to normal, we're back home. Our opponent this week is firemasterMT, who I have been seeing around draft leagues for a long time. So, we're dealing with the Tera captain of Hisuian Typhlosion, which is kind of scary, to be honest, because Eruption, Shadow Ball, obviously, what else? But so, what I'm thinking, what I prepared for is like a Tera Grass, Tera Blast or something, or a Tera Fire Choice Spec set, because it's like, what's the obvious play on the Typhlosion is switch into a Lomomola. So I'm thinking like a Tera type would be obvious to get around a Lomomola or a Azumarill, whichever one I brought. And if it's the Choice Specs set, well, my Pokemon are faster, so I didn't really expect it to be Choice Specs. I kind of knew it was going to be Choice Scarf. And anyways, let's get into the game. I really enjoyed this one. It was very fun. So he's gonna lead the Superior, which, while I was building, I knew I had to be careful with webs because of the Superior and because, well, that's really why. Because this Superior would then get a speed boost, and then the only thing that can outspeed him on my team is a booster Iron Boulder. So, first thing I'm gonna do, I feel like he wants to switch out here, so I just knock off, and he ends up being a Light Clay set, which is kind of annoying, but I did knock off the Light Clay, so the light screen is only 5 turns.
She's really good!
I make the best fucking play ever here, and click the Flamethrower, because after he got up the screens, I was like, well, I don't think you're going to stay in and take the Poison-type move again. I kind of know his set is like Glare, Leaf Storm, and Screens, because that's how I would use it too. So he goes into the Fortress, gets nailed by a Flamethrower, and then goes out to this Snorlax. And I taunted here. I kind of just used all my moves. I wanted to show my set. The Skuntank this week had like this really niche application where it just kind of... It took every single hit from, like, on turn 1. It could take everything, and it had tech moves for everything. That being, like, Taunt, and I think Toxic Spikes. So this Snorlax comes in, and I'm like, well, I'm about to get body slammed, and I'm gonna get paralyzed. But I didn't want to go to Golden Go, because he could also go for an Earthquake. That would be very reasonable. So I do get paralyzed on Cobalion, and Cobalion is going to get blown up by a Volcano Eruption. And there's nothing I can do about it, because I didn't want to switch to a Lomomola and get nailed by like a Tera Grass or something. Because Cobalion can't hurt Typhlosion. That wouldn't be that risky, I don't think. So I just was like, well, Cobalion's paralyzed. I'm not doing anything with it. I tried to Volt Switch, it didn't work. So I go into the Iron Boulder, knowing I can threaten out the Snorlax and set up a substitute while I'm at it. And here, this is a little bit of a funky play. The Reflect wore off. I'm thinking, because I, again, don't have hazard removal on this fucking team, I'm thinking I don't want to let you get up a bunch of spikes for free. Like, yes, I can substitute Swords Dance, whatever, but if I just lose to Sucker Punch, I'm not going to let you get up all these spikes. So I switched out in my substitute. It was a little weird, but...
I still have to eat something. No.
I go back to Skuntank, and here's where the Snorlax comes back in and becomes a little raid boss. So I do get to knock off the leftovers, thankfully. That definitely made a difference going forward. Because this Snorlax is gonna start cursing. Yeah. And in the team builder, I was mostly concerned about Urshifu and Typhlosion and Superior. Like getting carried away with the game and steamrolling me, so I didn't worry too much about the Snorlax. I'm like, you know, it's Snorlax, it does it does curse, body slam, whatever. So he's a little bit scary now, and I don't have great physical damage now that Cobalion is paralyzed and melted by the eruption. So yeah, it's like I'm kind of floundering a little bit at this point in the game. I'm like, oh my god, what do I do? I don't have a way to poison it because it's toxic spikes, not toxic. And of course he has rest on this set, so it's like I'm a little bit worried. I'm trying to get him to reveal the coverage move. If it's either crunch or earthquake, right? And I'm trying to get him to reveal it, and he never does. Well, he did at some point, but so I switch out the Golden Go here, expecting you to use earthquake or something. And this Alomomola, by the way, is eject button, which is a really fun set. I love it. I want to use it again. It did come in clutch later in this game, so yeah, he rested. I'm gonna flip turn because, well, what else am I gonna do? He's resting, and I need to take advantage of that while I can. So I'm gonna go to Iron Boulder, and I'm gonna misplay it a little bit, to be honest. But first thing I'll do is Swords Dance. Now I have a Colbur Berry on this set. I didn't know he was Crunch. I thought he would be Earthquake. That was for Urshifu, but I have a Colbur Berry. I use Substitute, put myself at 50%, which at +2, with no attack investment, I live the hit with the Colbur Berry. It does maximum 49%. And I went for close combat here, when I could have gone for Mighty Cleave first and then close combat. I don't know if that would have killed. It doesn't look like it, but I don't know. I wasn't exactly sure how to play this against the Snorlax, but it ended up being fine. Because looking at my team, you might be like, who is about to kill this Snorlax? It's a special wall.
Lightning Bolt! Lightning Bolt! Lightning Bolt!
Well, this week is Choice Specs week for Galvantula and Tera Electric on top of that, so thank God I didn't fucking miss, because although I am Compound Eyes, Thunder still has a 9% chance to miss with Galvantula, so thankfully I didn't. The Choice Specs Tera Electric Thunder is gonna just blow him up, and then he'll go to Typhlosion here. So I know he's Choice Scarf, right? I know he's Choice Scarf, he knows I'm Specs. And I'm like, well, okay, what am I gonna do about this? Look at my team. Alomomola, like, yes, but it also, I think, is 2-hit KO'd by, like, Shadow Ball or something. And I have no damage on this Typhlosion, so it's still hitting me at 150 base power. So here, I have to sack something. I go to Alomomola. I was worried about the Tera Blast to, like, nail my Alomomola switch in. Anyways, he's gonna switch out, and I will flip turn. Obviously, that's what other play would I make? And Superior comes in. I'm like, okay, that's fine, because Golden Go is a specially defensive set this week with leftovers and substitute. And I did that specifically because the Superior can't do anything at all except Leaf Storm. It can't glare me. I guess it could knock off, but whatever. And I was just thinking, I need a specially defensive Pokemon that cannot be glared. So that's Golden Go, and I set up a substitute. He's like, oh fuck, I have to do something about that. Brings in the Urshifu, but I just went for Nasty Plot. I guess, theoretically, I could have just gone for Make It Rain twice, but I think it's more damage this way. With the Nasty Plot. That sounds right. I don't know. He's gonna Wicked Blow, break my substitute, obviously. And he does have a light screen, so although I am at +2, the Make It Rain is just barely gonna miss out on the KO here. So what am I gonna do? Remember I told you about that eject button on Alomomola. Well, it's time to use that, because he does not, I at this point don't know if he's Choice Band or not. Alomomola cannot take 2 choice band hits, that's why I needed the eject button set. So I can like scope out what the Urshifu is and like kind of get one free chance to switch in on something. So I get the eject button, I'm going to go to Galvantula, which of course he knows is a choice specs set, and I'm going to go for the Sticky Web. Because I'm like, what am I going to do against that Typhlosion? Like, that thing is just going to outspeed and kill every Pokemon. And, well, the Urshifu and the Superior as well. If the Superior got a Leaf Storm boost, then it's just over. So yeah, I'm like, I need Sticky Webs. I knew I was cooking in the Team Builder when I did Choice Spec Sticky Webs, because I was like, well, what if I have a turn and I have nothing better to do? So, I get the webs, Urshifu is gagged, I switch into a Alomomola, and I'm able to take 2 Wicked Blows, which is not guaranteed at all. He got a mid-roll, and then a low roll, I think. But yeah, so the only reason I was worried about Sticky Webs was the Superior. But at this point, I'm like, I know I don't die to Leaf Storm. It's faster than all my Pokemon anyways, so if it's only the Superior that's concerned about Sticky Web, or that causes concern, I'm just gonna Sticky Web, because I need this Typhlosion to be slowed down so I don't lose, you know? So I Volt Switch on the Superior, which I did not expect to kill, to be honest. And it did. That was kind of crazy. And I'll go to Alomomola, because I'm like, well, I can get a little bit more healing by bringing it in and switching out or flip turning. Also, there's literally no reason to go into Golden Go, because then Typhlosion just comes in, and it's still Choice Scarf, so it still just blows me up. So Alomomola first. I hard switch to Golden Go. I could have flip turned, but I was like, I can't think, does this thing have any priority at all? I don't know. Any way that Rapid Spin could go first. So I was like, you cannot get rid of these webs. So I switch into Golden Go. Fortress can't do shit against Golden Go either. This Pokemon's kind of broken, by the way. And so yeah, at this point I have the Sticky Web that I need. I have the position to just set up a substitute. I don't need to Nasty Plot, because I think we one-hit KO Typhlosion. It's probably a 2-hit KO on Mew, but I have a substitute. Well, I don't know. I Nasty Plot here. I don't think that was necessary at all, because look at these Pokemon, they are not winning against a substitute Golden Go. But yeah, that's about the game. That's the end of the game, pretty much. I was like thinking I was losing, to be honest, at the beginning after Cobalion died, and then after that Snorlax, I lost Iron Boulder and didn't really accomplish much, and I was like, well, fuck. So then I get to this Urshifu, and I'm like, but what if I click Sticky Web? Because I know you're about to Sucker Punch. And the Typhlosion comes in here. It's still faster than me. Like, the Sticky Web didn't actually do anything except put me in a position where he has to try and get rid of the Sticky Webs before he can bring in the Typhlosion, right? So, yeah, I just was sitting there thinking, I'm gonna just lose to the Typhlosion. What if I click Sticky Web? And I put that on my Choice Spec set because the only other coverage move it gets is like Energy Ball. And I was like, well, if there's a random turn and I have nothing better to do, then I'll just click Sticky Web. And that's what happened. So it ended up paying off, and that's going to be week 2. I'll do a little review of the team coming up in just a minute. I don't have much to say, I'll just let this finish out because, well, you can see what's happening. I will say, I substitute here because I was making sure he was not Tera normal. I was not being disrespectful, I would like to be clear. I didn't want him to like bust out a Tera normal, break my sub, and then I'm back in the same position. So anyways, I'll see you for team review. Alright, so I do apologize, this video is really late, and this audio might sound very different. I hate doing team preview, I really do, and I don't even know if anybody wants to watch it that badly. Like, for me, it's the content. For me, it's the battling content. So I do the team preview because I feel like it's expected. I don't know. This time it's gonna be quick. This has been holding up the video, and that's why it's so late, but I will go over a few things, because Skuntank, I did not think I was gonna ever bring Skuntank. I figured it was good knockoff. In case somebody has toxic spikes, I might want to bring it for just in case. I don't know. But I did bring it this week because with that really bulky set that you can see, it takes hits from everything. It was able to take all the hits that I needed to on turn 1. It has Flamethrower for the Fortress, it has Poison Jab for the Superior, and I can take a Leaf Storm, possibly 2. Aftermath is like fine, I guess. But also Taunt. As a lead matchup, Taunt on the Fortress was really nice. So it was just a great lead this week. Just kind of specifically this week. I went with the Choice Specs Galvantula because I was looking at his draft, and I do not see a ground type. You might notice. There is the Electros, which resists it. Oh, Mamoswine, sorry. Mamoswine is literally a ground type. I don't even know if that was there last week. Hang on. Okay, I'm not crazy. They did, this is firemasterMT. He did trade a Mew for Mamoswine, so that's different. I can't see the Mew. I'm not fucking crazy. There was no ground type, so I went Choice Specs. With that Thunder, with that Tera Electric, we're able to not one-hit KO a lot of things, but anything that's got a decent amount of chip, if it comes in on rocks a couple of times, we're thundering, right? And the Sticky Web I brought because I know there's the Superior, which gets faster, but Superior outspeeds everything on my team anyways, so I didn't think it was a huge deal. Once like Iron Boulder died, you know, that's the thing that's faster than Superior, I was like, okay, well, I kind of need the Sticky Webs at this point, so I'm glad that I brought it. The only other coverage it gets is Energy Ball, I think. So it didn't seem worth it. I just put Sticky Webs on there because I had nothing else. My Cobalion was going to be really good. I don't, like, it got paralyzed. I had to sack it. I could have brought in Alomomola on the Typhlosion, yes, but then I would have lost my, number one, I would have lost my eject button, and then I would basically have to go into Iron Boulder immediately, because the eject button pops, I take the eruption, but then I have to switch to something. None of my Pokemon can take that eruption, so I have to go to Iron Boulder, or I have to go to something and switch back to Alomomola, which is just a waste. So I just had to sack the Cobalion, which is unfortunate, because I could have gotten up rocks or something, but the Iron Boulder looked really, really nice. I don't think that set is correct. I don't think I brought the Choice Band set, because it was Substitute Swords Dance, because I did notice a lot of kind of passive things. The Fortress, the Electros, all of those things. Clefable I can set up on. Once I find out if it's, you know, Magic Guard or whatever. Golden Go was really important. I made it pretty bulky. Golden Go, I felt like I needed to bring Golden Go for Superior specifically, because Superior loves to glare. It loves to Leaf Storm and get the boosts or whatever. Golden Go could take at least 2 Leaf Storms. So the first one unboosted and the second one boosted I can take. I can't be glared. So I really wanted Golden Go on this team. Bulky, leftovers. It's also really good into Clefable. I didn't think Azumarill was going to be good. I didn't think Shaman was that good. You know, there's the Typhlosion, there's the Salamence. Oop. Computer just turned off. And the Muck, and, you know, Fortress. Shaman can't fucking touch those bitches. Shaman is the one Pokemon that I'm not sure I'm gonna use, now that I did use Skuntank. I could have brought the Hitmonlee for hazard removal, but considering I brought Golden Go, Boulder, Alomomola, and I really wanted the Skuntank, I have to bring the Galvantula. It's like, there's not much room left to mess around with the weaker mons, and yeah, I need hazard removal, but, you know, sometimes you just play good, I guess, even if they have hazards. I don't know, I think I played pretty well, this game. Alomomola, the eject button, was a tech for the Urshifu, specifically, and also for the Superior, because of my EV spread, I can take the unboosted Leaf Storm. So if that thing comes in, and I'm like, oh fuck, how do I stop it from setting up on me? We can go to Alomomola and pop the eject button as like a get out of jail free, kind of. But mostly that was for Urshifu, because Choice Band Urshifu, I simply don't have switch-ins. I don't really think anybody has switch-ins to Choice Band Urshifu. Cobalion, kind of, if he locks into Wicked Blow, but that means he close combated something and killed it, right? Anyways, Alomomola, it looked really good. Eject button did kind of save my ass in the end game versus that Urshifu, because that's how I got the Galvantula in, to get the sticky webs, blah blah blah, yeah. It was a good game this week. I apologize, team preview is a little bit unorganized. This has been holding up the video and I have to get it out, because I have the week 3 video recorded. I got a new Switch 2. My video is 4K 1080p. Sorry. My video is 4K 60 FPS, which I don't even think I can use that, because my computer is probably gonna crash if I use that, so I might end up just putting it in 1080p, but still 60 FPS. I think that'll look nice. Oh, the Switch 2 is so fucking good. The game, Scarlet and Violet, is actually playable. Like, they're not good games, obviously. Technically speaking, they're bad, but they're playable. It's smooth and buttery, it's responsive to your buttons. It looks great, the little Pokeball animations look so nice. I'm excited for y'all to see my video next week. It will be a much higher definition, I suppose, and we'll see about team preview. I always hate doing this, but I did want to explain why I brought all of these things, and yeah, see you next week.